Hey everyone, it's Emily Williams, the founder of I Heart My Life, and I have an incredible guest here with me today. I have Molly Dalbec. She's going to be sharing her story, her I Heart coaching journey, everything that she's achieved over the past 6 months, which is a lot of incredible things. So I'm so excited to have her here. So if you are joining live, we'd love to see you and see your comments and have you share some hearts and anything that comes up for you as you listen to Molly and all of her incredible thoughts and a little bit about her journey. So I'm just going to double check that we are working here because someone just told me they can't see me yet. So let's give it 1 second. I do see people joining, so we must be live. Okay, we are good. So Molly, thank you so much for being here. I'd love for you to just share who you are and a little bit about what you do.
Absolutely. Emily, thank you so much for having me today. It's such an honor. And yeah, so my background is I've actually been on an entrepreneurial journey since I was 19 years old. I actually moved out to California when all my friends were going to college, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. And so I said, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to think about it in Minnesota. I'm going to go to California and think about it. And so in California. Yeah, exactly. And so I was kind of on this, find myself journey. And I was introduced actually off an infomercial, as cheesy as that sounds. I was introduced to the idea of making money from home. And I watched this thing and I thought, God, I wonder if I could do something like that. And so I started my first kind of mini company when I was just 19, and that didn't really go anywhere, but it opened up the idea and my mindset to, wow, you can actually make your own money from home and you can become an entrepreneur. And so it kind of opened up this whole new world to, personal growth. I started reading books and, just learning about different, money mindset type stuff. And then I got introduced, years later to a health and wellness company, and we ran with that company for about 5 years and, just fell in love with health and wellness. It's a huge part of my life. And just last year, I really felt a pull to take the coaching and the development and, everything I had learned up to that point and really develop my own coaching side of my business and really diversify my income and, and create a strong brand that, that I can call my own. So
Amazing.
That's what led me here.
Yeah. So I'm curious about a few parts of your story. So you moved to California when you were 19, which I totally get. Obviously, as people know, I moved from Ohio all the way to London. And so was there something that was calling you to California? Did you just feel like doing something different? Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, I just knew that I wasn't, satisfied with my life at the moment. And I knew that I needed to get out of my own environment and like what I was doing in my life at that time to just, I think, reset myself and just say, okay, I need to spread my wings a little bit and really figure out me. Yeah. And I think we all go through seasons in life where we're like, okay, I need to separate from this environment so I can broaden my horizons and kind of open up my mindset a little bit.
And what was that business that you started at 19? I'm curious.
It was like a little knick-knack business. Literally, like you get stuff to go to like a flea market and sell it. So I got this little box. It was like a business in a box. And so, yeah, I tried to sell these little like cheesy knickknacks, and yeah, it didn't go anywhere, but it was a good start.
So amazing. Cool. So I'm so interested in that part of your story and this, serial entrepreneur in you. And so you had that business, didn't work, but you created another business that you grew to 7 figures over the span of a few years, correct?
Yeah. Huge blessing. So
amazing.
I reluctantly got started in that company because prior to that, I was, doing a lot of online marketing and, flying to different events. And, like I said, I really dove into that personal development side of things and realized that part of that is really showing up, meeting people, networking, all of that. And in that process, I was doing some affiliate marketing and even doing some coaching in my earlier days. And so when that network marketing company came across my desk, I was actually really reluctant to do it because I had tried a lot of different things up until that point. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this, but it kept nagging at me like things do. I think that we're divinely led. And it was one of those things. It was like, okay, this keeps coming up and keep popping up for me. I need to just go forward with it. So.
Yeah, so many women feel the same. And the reason I wanted to know a little bit more about that business is because from the outside looking in, it's, probably seemed like everything was going really well for you. You have this awesome business. Yet what you said was there was something inside that was also leading you to coaching. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, and I would definitely relate it to the same kind of guidance that I got to jump into entrepreneurship and business from the first place. And so now I'm really learning to listen to those, little pieces of intuition where you kept popping up and, your story, just a girl from Ohio, and, I'm just a small town girl from Minnesota. And as I started listening to you and, some other coaches in the industry, I just, decided I'm going to do my research and I'm going to really figure out, who's my person, and you were my person. And it was, again, another one of those things that just kept popping up, and I kept thinking about it, and it just wouldn't go away. And so for me, that's my intuition that I need to take action on it. And if I don't, I will literally drive myself crazy.
Yeah, so, I know. Yeah, so many people can relate to that for sure. And I didn't grow up on a farm. Did you?
No.
Okay. Everyone thinks that when I say just a girl from Ohio, they're like, oh yeah, you grew up on a farm, right? But no, that's not actually the case, but just wanted to clarify.
No, I live across the street from a farm, so
you do?
Pretty close. Yeah.
So you decided to follow your intuition. My picture, whatever ad kept popping up for you. And so take us back to that period of time, because I really love this story. Take us back to that period of time where you were deciding whether or not to sign up for iHeart Coaching.
Yeah. I just knew in my heart that there was something more for me, something calling. And when I say more, it's not better or whatever. It's just different. It's like a next level that was calling for me. And I think that, a lot of people feel those feelings, whether you're in a huge part of my community is in network marketing. And when you're an entrepreneur, you're a visionary, and you expand your mindset and you're looking at what's the next level for me, or what else can I add to this product suite or to my brand, and to really serve people at a higher level. And so, to be honest with you, it was a really hard time for me, because I think when you're ever, going into something new, you start, the chatter in your mind starts going, and it tries to stop you, whether it's, this isn't for you, and, you're being selfish. Why do you want more? You've already, you've achieved so much in this specific area. It's an investment. What if it doesn't work out? All those things come up, but at the end of the day, you have to check in and say, okay, what's really calling me? And what is this true for me? And so I really sat with it, for a little while. And I kind of regret this, and you'll probably ask this question at the end, but you had actually closed the cart, and I just kind of closed my laptop and said, you know what, I promised myself, I said, the next time she opens it, I'm going to go ahead and take the course. And the very next day you did a special reopening, and I took that as my cue. I was like, okay, that's it. But I missed out on a lot of the bonuses and stuff because of my procrastination. So just being vulnerable.
No, thank you for sharing that. It's the same thing with me. When I signed up for a program, I missed out on everything that was early bird, all the specials, all the bonuses, all the price discounts. And that's funny. That was the part of the story I was hoping you would share, because I didn't realize that until I read something that you wrote recently. And that's how, so many of us feel. We feel like we're looking for this sign. We want to know if it's the right thing for us. We go back and forth, and we're totally in that limbo of what we should do, even though we know in our heart something is calling us. But that's such a, a perfect story, because there probably are so many women right now watching who are on the fence for the program, and they're in that limbo place. And so for you to share that, I think is really, really helpful. And so many people are looking for that sign. And my true belief is that if you're feeling like something's calling you, that's your sign. Don't wait for the next round of the program. I mean, the fact of the matter is we change our business all the time. So I can't even tell you when the next round is going to be. And more importantly, why put your dreams on hold? Like, look where you are now, for example, and we're going to get to that in a second. If you hadn't signed up, you'd still be waiting for all of this stuff that you've already achieved to actually happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the trick in life, is to, trust yourself and just follow your convictions. If somebody's watching this right now, there's no accidents. Like, there's a reason why you're landing at certain places and you're following certain places, and you're going down that bunny trail. And sometimes it's so evident, from an outside perspective looking in, you're like, oh yeah, you're going down this trail, like you should be doing. And still we need that light bulb moment. And we're looking for the stars to align for everything to happen, where, truth of the matter is you might have to pull some strings, and you have to really prove that your commitment is the transaction. The transaction is when it's funny, because when people think of sales, they think of, some people think I'm taking from other people, but really at the end of the day, what you're investing in is a commitment or a statement of saying, hey, I want to go in this direction, and I believe in this direction so much so that I'm going to invest in it. And so I think that's the perspective shift that, a lot of people are waiting to have. Yeah. So it's really about following your intuition and just going for it.
Looks like you have someone, Chiffon Gray, who's I don't know if you know who that is, but she said, "Boo-hoo, Molly." Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Hi, Chiffon. Awesome.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about what has happened over the past 7 or 8 months since you signed up, what the results have been, how you've changed. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first, portion of the group was really about diving in and doing some mindset work, which was, I'm the type of person that, and I'm sure a lot of people are, that they want to get right to the nuts and bolts, right? And I remember being on a call with you and you saying, Molly, what would it look like if you just gave yourself the opportunity to really dive into this mindset work and not, want to go ahead? And so I kind of took a step back and just said, you know what, I'm going to allow myself this time. And so having that time to really look at my life and figure out, what do I want this to look like, and really get intentional about it, and, dive in and really become my best first client. That was amazing. And once I came out of kind of that mindset immersion, I like to call it, I immediately started signing up. I immediately started signing up clients. So I think it was the second or third month in the program that, I just got really excited, because it's oh my gosh, I'm transforming from the inside out. And now I have to share this with other people. I want to pass this along. I want to pay this forward. And so that was pretty exciting to, not even having, finished the program yet. And I'm already working with, one-on-one clients. And then I had actually launched a course for moms in network marketing prior to, or kind of in the same period of time of investing in this course. And, some of the strategies that I had learned through iHeart Coaching really helped me serve those women at a higher level through, more one-on-one support, which I hadn't even thought that, some of them might be needing that, but some of them did. And so that was really cool. And then, and then I just recently launched another group program. So I launched my one-on-one program, rebranded my entire website. So I have my story on my website, which is really great. So that was a little bit, outdated. I needed to, I think it's important to always as your story evolves to, make sure that you're updating things in your branding and all of that.
Yeah, your website's incredible.
Right now, thank you. Yes, I love my website now. But I'm actually working with a group of people, teaching them how to create group programs. So being a busy mom like myself and, wearing a lot of hats, my husband also owns a business as well, and he's really busy. For me in this season of my life, it's all about leverage. It's all about leveraging your time and leveraging the resources and the marketing and the things that you can put to work for you. And so I'm teaching, my students how to create those group programs. So I'm doing a beta program right now, and so that's been really fun. So I'm pretty lit up about my business right now. It's very low stress for my lifestyle, but it's very creative and inspiring. Every day I get excited to sit down and go to work. So, and I'm super grateful to be in this place.
Amazing. Yeah. So, and right now you and your family, are you on vacation? What are you doing?
Yeah, so we're at a resort up north, so I'm overlooking a beautiful lake right now. All my kids and everybody's in the cabin. They're probably still sleeping, but I'm in a little conference room, and it's funny because I wasn't going to come because I was like, no, I have an interview, and then we have a soccer thing, and da-da-da, and Chris, my husband, is like, Molly, did you forget that you could do what you do from anywhere? I'm like, oh, that's right. We should go. So
I love it.
Yeah.
So there's a question for you here. So Chiffon says, how do you overcome your money ceiling?
Money ceiling. So that's a great question. Take Emily's I Heart Money course. No. I grew up in a more of a low income family, and, 5 kids, and, we were used to, the bare minimum, tons of love and tons of faith and, an amazing upbringing. But, I think that work is never done. And for me, it's just been, to be honest with you, taking leaps of faith and developing like anything else. And I always use the analogy of fitness. So if you want to get fit, you've got to strengthen those muscles, and you've got to tear them down, and you've got to, stretch yourself in those areas. And so, I've done a lot of money mindset work. I've done a lot of abundance and affirmations, and really proclaiming wealth and abundance into my life, and also looking at the truth about what abundance looks like. And I think that there's kind of this lying, guilt universally really about having more and requesting more and receiving more. And I think it's a shift in perspective of saying, is it selfish to want more, or am I actually really serving the world by having more and showing the example of what abundance can look like, not just in terms of money, but in relationships and, freedom and expression. When you up level in one area, I think you up level in all areas. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And I mean, that's one of the reasons why all my programs include money mindset work. So including iHeart coaching. And I think people also forget that, them going for more, or like you said, that abundance mentality, it also affects others. So I'm sure that this has affected in some way your partner, your husband, your kids, even maybe people you don't even know, just because you're sharing this message and starting to live in this way and really go for your dreams. It's amazing the ripple effect that has.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, when the perspective is shifted to say, it's actually kind of selfish to not go for your dreams, because who else are you holding back by playing small? And so that's been a huge lesson for me. And 2, to kind of say, get over yourself, like just go for it. And, it's not going to be perfect. It's just, but at least you're following your heart and you're following your dreams. So
definitely. So for you, you've seen some shifts within your coaching business. Obviously, you got that off the ground. You redid your website and your branding. You launched one-on-one programs and group programs. And what else did you see in terms of transformation or relationships? What other benefits do you see of the iHeart Coaching program?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just gaining the clarity of, what I want my business and my life to look like. And, not only that, but being in a community with a bunch of other amazing women who are on the same journey and creating, similar, people come from all walks of life of how they want to take their expertise and putting it into more of a coaching and consulting practice. And so I think it's really cool to be able to see how, the different people, just integrate that into their life. But what was your question? What was like one of the biggest things?
Yeah. So what other
Sorry,
I get information you want to share that came from iHeart Coaching or relationships formed? Anything else that you see was a benefit for you?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I love the iHeart Coaching Sisters and being able to just have, a small pocket of people that you connect with throughout the program to connect with and say, hey, what do you think of this idea? Or come and check this out, or how can I support you? Like that really goes a long way, just to know that you're not, going it alone. And, honestly, just getting really clear with what you want your life and your business to look like, and really surrounding yourself in an environment. Like that's what I teach people in health and wellness. It's like, if you want to, get your health to the next level, like you have to put yourself in the environment. You have to immerse yourself. You got to get the personal trainer to come to your house. Like you can't count on yourself to just, go and get everybody's ebooks and then try to piece your business together. Like you've got to go into an immersion. And that's, I think, one of the biggest reasons why I joined iHeart Coaching is I didn't want to allow myself the get
out of jail free card.
Just the ability, exactly. The ability to, get myself off the hook. I wanted to say, okay, I'm investing in this and now I'm doing this and it's happening.
I love it.
That's a great way to do that. It's just go all in.
One of the stories I love is, so for those of you who don't know, the iHeart Coaching program ends with a graduation. And last year we had it in London, or this past year we had it in London. And so Molly, I know you came and you stayed at the hotel where we had it at the Ritz. And you were sharing a story about how they gave you tea when you first sat down and like little sugar cubes. So can you talk about that experience?
Oh my gosh, I love London. It's like immediately when I touched down, even though I was like jet lagged and all of that, I walked into the Ritz and I felt like a pretty little princess. And I'm kind of a tomboy, so it just brought out this like princess in me where I was like, I sat down. Yeah, they had like the little sugar cubes that I remember my great grandma used to have at her house. And it was just so dainty, and just looking around, it was like, this is totally for me. Like, I love this.
Yeah. And part of my reason for asking you to share that and for bringing it up is just that everything that we do in this program, it's really designed to help transform you and to expand you and to show you what's possible. And I know a lot of people get passports for the first time when we have the graduation in Europe. There's a lot of firsts. And so I really want to show every woman out there that whatever is in her heart is meant for her and possible for her. And you are an amazing example of that. So just thank you so much for sharing what you've shared today.
Thank you so much for having me. I so appreciate it. And I'm so grateful that, I did follow my heart and say, you know what, I'm going to go for this. And, if anybody's on the fence, like, you're here for a reason, you're watching for a reason, you're following for a reason. And, even though it doesn't look like, you have all the resources or the stars are lining up or whatever, like, that you have the power to make it happen. And that's the thing, is we're problem solvers, especially as women. Like we know how to get what we need to get and make it happen.
True. Yeah. And yeah, my husband always says that my worst and best qualities are the same, that I never give up. And I know a lot of women watching are the same, and you can make whatever you want happen. So like Molly said, if you are on the fence, sign up today because we start next week and you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Don't wait for the next time. There's never going to be that perfect time. So go to iHeartCoaching.com if this is calling you. And final question, Molly, I've been asking everyone this. So what are you most excited for coming up?
I feel like I'm just getting started. I feel like this is just a brand new chapter for me, and the sky's the limit. I just sat down and, wrote out some goals, and, I'm thinking about doing like a podcast, and, I've got a book idea, and the sky's the limit. I'm just really excited to help more people. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that, really need support in, creating a lifestyle business and something that works for them and the season that they're in, and, to come out of mediocrity and move into a place where it's really an inspiring life. Like that's what I'm excited to continue to do. So, and I'm just grateful to be in this place. So thank you.
Can't wait to watch it all unfold. And I agree, you're totally just getting started, but what an amazing start.
Yes, I'm so grateful for that. And I'll be in this round of iHeart Coaching too. So I'm excited to meet everybody.
Yeah, Molly's an alumni. Awesome, Molly. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm sure everyone's going to continue to follow your journey. There's some comments, so we'll respond after this. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your vacation. And thank you so much again.
Thank you so much, Emily, for all you do. And I appreciate you. And I look forward to hearing you on a call soon.
Yep. If anyone is ready to sign up, go to iHeartCoaching.com. And I'll be back in about 30 minutes with another interview. So I'll talk to everyone soon. All right, bye.
Bye.